This guy is, like I said earlier, I'm not just trying to gas him up because he's right here. My boy, this guy is actually, some people you say, yeah, that's my bro. But this guy is actually my brother, Mr. Arjun. And in the studio one more time, make some noise for this guy right here. This guy right here. So,
Appreciate
Mr. Arjun, me and you shared some bromance.
We have over the years.
And you know what? It's great to see you back and doing your thing. And yesterday, you released your track, man.
I did.
And I know that
it feels bad weird to be like out and about. It's proper strange. I'm like, oh shit, all the lights and people. It's weird. So yesterday dropped a new song, first time in a while. Quite a senti song. It's about kind of like, it's called Baggage.
Yeah.
It's about kind of like emotional baggage in,
Yeah, I've heard it. It's sick.
You liked it?
Yeah, really good track.
But G's apparently going to do a remix for us.
Are you? Live?
Yeah, live remix. I know you're Mr. Performer, man. You're out on the stage, you're out everywhere. I watch your Instagram and I'm like, this guy's in Australia, this guy's in America, this guy's here, this guy's here. For you, I mean, we travel around the world, but not as much as you. How's it been for you, cooped up, man?
It's been weird, man. Been a very strange year. I think probably the longest I've been at home in the UK for like about, ever really in life. But I think it's been nice to kind of be able to kind of get creative in the studio. I think in the past it's been like a flight every week almost, every 2 weeks, kind of taking a flight, and then you kind of get into like a creative zone and you leave it. You kind of go on the road and you tour and then you kind of lose that. So I think being at home, kind of like locked away in a trance in a studio is nice for a bit, but it's a bit dead after all. I feel like, I miss the energy of the crowds and the fans and people. So I think the last time I did a show was in March last year. What's weird is I actually kind of began my career as a producer and a writer. So I began to produce at the start, and I kind of went away from it. So I signed with T-Series and then Island Records, and I kind of went away from being, I was more of an artist. I kind of stopped producing music.
What songs did you produce at first?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
All my songs, up to 2016.
All your own?
Everything, yeah.
Okay.
So I wrote and produced all my own songs. Literally, I was a producer. That was my main passion before. Yeah. So I think, like both of you guys. So I think, for me, I think I lost that kind of, that time to make beats in the studio.
You've done Bollywood remixes and stuff before as well,
exactly.
Right?
So yeah, I used to kind of make these kind of Hindi, English mashups, Punjabi, English.
Yeah, because I remember I used to listen to it.
Yeah, kind of, my whole career started on the whole kind of mashup remix vibe, right? So I think that was my formula. I was like, take a Chamak Chalo and make it into like an R&B tune, or
that was
like a
massive,
slow jam.
bro.
Yeah. So I think for me, it was always that fusion. But I think latterly, I've had people around me, like a team, to make beats, whether it's Suit or Tingo. Like we had people kind of, who were more kind of producers, and I was more just the artist. And then this has allowed me to get back in the studio to write songs, just be on my own in like a zone, just kind of go into like a trance for like 10 hours a day, literally just like a zombie almost, and just bang out beats all day.
Can I ask you a question about? Sorry, Jazz.
Go for it, bro.
Do you know now a lot of Bhangra is making a crossover into Bollywood, and a lot of people are saying. There's two ends of the spectrum here. A lot of people are saying it's amazing, it's opening doors for the Punjabi artists and this and that and the other. But a lot of people are now saying that the Punjabi artists are not getting recognized. So that the Bollywood scene is taking the track and then forgetting to credit X, Y, and Z for it on this end. What's your thoughts on that?
Thing is, India is a very strange place where, not completely, but it does the music.
Probably strange.
What happens is they acquire songs entirely. So what happens is they literally will sign a deal with someone where you literally sign away all the rights to everything. So a lot of these old songs were signed to T-Series or whatever, and they're allowed to do whatever they want. Hence, people like me, when I sign with T-Series, I can remix any song of theirs without even having to ask. Yeah, you have to ask permission from the original producer or nothing. It's all like owned by a label. Here, there's rights, ownership, there's all this stuff like publishers, whatever. So I think here it's a lot harder. But in India, a label owns everything. So all these remakes of all these old school tunes are actually legally allowed. It's like that, but it's not nice because they'll change the singer sometimes. So they take the original artist, put a new guy on it, and then hammer it out. As a new song.
I think that vibe was when DJ Akil and all that was about, when all these old school Bollywood songs were getting mixed, like literally every week it was like a new mix out. I think that's died out, and I think the stuff they're reproducing in the Bhangra vibe is like I don't know, some of it I listened to it and it's like literally. You might as well use the actual original Punjabi Bolly Bhangra.
Very similar.
You'd rather use the Bhangra version of it because it's so much better. It's like, and then they're putting some most of them they put a reggaeton beat on it or something, and they're just bashing
I think they think it might be too Punjabi for, which is wrong actually, because every wedding, that's what stops the party,
peaks.
right? The
Yeah,
party
yeah.
starts with the Punjabi beat. So I think like if you look at like even someone like Guru, who's there's a lot of kind of Punjabi artists that kind of have cracked Bollywood now through kind of doing Punjabi music, but kind of like a pop version of Punjabi, like kind of like a bit.
You and Guru obviously killed it with Suit, innit? So like that is like the tune that everyone asks for, and I know when your boys are at weddings, man, and they come up to me like 10 times, can you play it? Can you play it? Can you play it?
Mitesh.
Mitesh. we know. Mr. Mitesh, he does my head is, they're on it for that track.
Yeah.
But for you, do you see that? Obviously, a lot of people don't know that your background isn't a Punjabi boy.
Nah, they always assume it. Arjun is a Punjabi.
That is Arjun. You're a Punjabi boy, and obviously you've had the ability to mix from loads of different kind of backgrounds and stuff like that. Do you think that having that ability to kind of have that eclectic mix of different backgrounds, do you think that's helped you in your career?
Yeah, I think, you know what, I've always been, like, my favourite genre is, like, old school R&B, as you know from...
I know, bro. That's the bro.
90s
I remember playing the tune, man. You make me want it. You're like, come on.
So I see you. So for me, it's like noughties, like 90s R&B, garage. Like that's kind of what I kind of base my whole sound, like Craig David.
So you're
Usher.
from Southall, basically.
Nah. Okay. Come on.
You know Southall Origin.
From Southall, bro.
Good news, right?
So for me, like basically, like the core of my sound is always R&B in some way. I always sing in English, but it's kind of mixed with Punjabi, with Hindi, with Tamil, with whatever, Telugu. Like I mix it, but I feel like I'm always being like the English guy.
Yeah.
And in India, I'm like the English rap. They call it rap. I'm like the rapper. Like I want
guy.
English rap.
Yeah,
so
English
like
rap
that
guy.
suit rap. Give me that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Rap
anyway.
it then.
So, you look angry coming to the stage. Whatever you wear.
Put your screw face on here.
Yeah. Anyway, so I feel like for me that the hardest thing has always been like kind of I'm obviously very UK born like R&B artist, but I kind of have to get this balance where I feel like there's certain songs where kind of like there's a kind of like I think certain songs appeal to India and certain songs appeal to kind of UK, Canada, America, and that sound kind of is a bit cooler normally, like that kind of Western Punjabi sound, right? So I think that sound, like Tingo had that kind of vibe, right? So kind of got that kind of soul, that Caribbean kind of Afrobeat kind of vibe. That to me doesn't connect with India. Suit is the sweet spot which works for everything. It's like if you get the formula right, it works across the board. Like that kind of, do you know what I mean? Like there's certain songs that you hear like High Heels, like that song works everywhere. But certain songs I found haven't connected with India because they're too Western. Or I've done certain songs that are a bit too cheesy for the UK. So I think my aim now is to kind of hit that kind of that formula where it works for the whole world. I mean, in terms of like the fusion stuff. So
you said you had more time in the studio. Likewise, when everything stopped, you got a lot more time. But what I felt was like I couldn't do the same thing. I had like studio block.
Yeah,
it was almost like I didn't
want
to.
Phases. I
didn't want to go and do anything.
I've had like months where I literally sat there just like no inspiration, just watching Netflix or just on like house party app, whatever. Like at the start of lockdown.
Yeah,
I was
everyone
so
was at house party,
unproductive.
man, and then everyone was like, "Oh shit, that can get in your thing." I was like, delete that.
Really, I actually deleted that day. But for me, the first like month of lockdown was fully not productive. I just did nothing.
I think everyone was the same. Yeah.
I was just lost.
I'm surprised you ain't come here fat.
Because I did, but I had
like us.
So because I think in summer, I think kind of things opened up. So I went gym again. I managed to kind of lose a bit of that lockdown weight, and now I'm kind of getting back into
Oh, they want to know. So Bobby wants to know your favorite Punjabi song.
Bob B again. He's back. Okay, fine. Probably suiting it. Nah.
If that wasn't your favorite track, I'd be a bit worried. You know that?
Right now, AP Dillon is killing it. So that new album from him probably.
We need to get an AP Dillon and Arjun rapping on this.
We do. I need the English rap.
We should just change your name.
Call him for the English rap.
What do we call him? DJ Paji.
DJ Paji.
Arjun Paji.
Paji, all right?
Paji, yeah. Actually, don't you find that, like obviously we've all grown up in the kind of UK scene. We've grown up in that Zeus, H, all that era where we had things. Frantic like that whole Camp Frantic,
the RDB
vibe. Massive. We were smashing the scene. Don't you think UK needs to kind of
I feel like
it a bit? Why do you think that's happened? Where we've lost
there is like think about it. Like one of the biggest producers out there is V, right?
Yeah.
Who's producing all? He's a UK producer.
Huge.
So if you think about it, because obviously Guru's in front, but the producer behind is V, man. Excuses are
we've got some mad talent coming out of UK.
There is.
I get that. But
we were leading the way for a very long time.
Come on.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think at one point it was only UK and India, and then India kind of copied UK. We were like
India copied UK.
We were like the
overtook us.
Yeah, but we had tunes like Gungana coming out, man. Gungana was like, you even drop that now. That literally you play that, and it's like, whoa. Even Captain Pangreda and things like that. These are tunes, but that were like kicking for years. You had your B21s and all that kind of era. That, like H mentioned, that whole Untouchables era, Indie
That was
Sagoo and all that.
But I think he's right. I think H is right. I think a lot of them went to India. If you think about it, they all like moved to India.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think that's a bigger market, more, you know.
It is, but you know, you're saying that apart from, okay, when
Rishi moved there, Zeus moved there, all these
yeah,
moved
but
there.
that's the
Sanj
thing, we
moved
say
there.
that, but not a lot of people that moved from here went there.
And made it.
They didn't make it, you know that?
Yeah, but you know,
it's like
I think
for
they
some
lost it,
reason, what I've noticed is that when certain singers or producers go to India, they get rinsed so quickly, so they don't have long life.
Also, you kind of lose what made you cool in the first place. The whole UK vibe. You kind of get brainwashed by Bollywood, and you kind of start doing very India-focused music, and you kind of lose what made you.
happens.
India rinses the vibe, man. They just get, like, look at Zeus, yeah?
Yeah, true.
There's 100 other producers that have copied his vibe now.
His
style.
But that
that's
happened to
through
Rishi
and through,
Rich.
That happens in every
That's what I
single
mean, but if
aspect
you
of
look at
life.
it, not in a bad way, but like, there's a fine example there. Like, Rishi was killing it. As soon as you try to do India, he sort of went.
I think Rishi's gone back to killing it. The last few years, I think he's actually gone back to.
Yeah,
But he's got some big tunes out there. We just don't hear about him anymore.
They don't promote producers there. They're called programmers. In India, it's different because you have
So which tracks
music
he's done?
directors like A. Rahman and Pritham.
They've
I
got
probably
record
sound like a
label
bad
as well,
DJ
right?
right now, but what songs?
Rishi's tunes.
Yeah.
He did Gully Boy, a lot of the songs on Gully Boy soundtrack.
Right.
He's done a lot
of
of Bollywood soundtracks.
Yeah, a lot of soundtracks, man. Rishi's doing
so
big
he's
stuff.
behind the scenes.
Jay
Big
Sean,
stuff.
Rishi Rich, Nakre.
Yeah, big tunes as well.
I think he's done a lot of kind of like Bollywood soundtrack songs. And he's got a little stable of artists out there. I think he's kind of had a comeback in the last, right? In the two.
Yeah, 100%. But you know, coming back to it, what we were saying is like, we were talking about like Toronto, for example.
Yeah.
And big up to them because they were actually a bit probably behind, I think. No disrespect, but I think they were a bit behind on the music scene. But now people like, for example, like Static, all of our boys out there, you know, like Static's just put a new song out right now with Pav Daria, that Confidence. That's
They're
a
the industry
big, massive track. All the Frequency boys,
Yeah.
you know, they're pretty much like the same sort of vibe we're on here, and they're really pushing the music scene there, man. So big up to them, man. Canada's, Toronto's definitely on the forefront.
Definitely.
Agreed.
So, you know, going back to obviously the last two maddest parties I went to, Kudos 10, and then you put on like the spectacle of the whole industry for at the Hammersmith Apollo, and it literally went to lockdown like 2 weeks later.
I know, mad timing.
How lucky were we, man?
That weekend was like a massive storm. Remember, like Guru called me on the runway in Delhi saying, "Bro, I can't take off."
Yes.
And then Mickey was lost for like a day. We didn't know where
Yes.
Mickey was.
Yeah.
Mickey wasn't answering the phone for like literally, like I was like, oh my god. So the morning of the show, I thought Mickey and Guru, like two of the main headliners, weren't going to show up. I was trying to call other artists, innit? calling
He's like, Jazz, you need to sing.
Yeah, I got the call as well.
Yeah.
So no, but I think the timing was very lucky, man. It was literally right before it started. I think it was like 2 weeks before.
2 weeks.
So
Corona.
Guru's stage
Yeah.
performance at your event
Yeah.
was next
Mad,
level.
yeah,
Honestly, like I watched the whole thing from beginning to end,
Yeah.
and he's got some serious presence on stage.
Guru, yeah, man.
Yeah, he's got some.
He is-
Serious
Mickey too. Like I mean, I think I feel like there's a massive kind of like difference. I feel in terms of like Guru. When I first met Guru,
Mickey hasn't really cracked the UK scene. That
Mickey has
much.
cracked the UK scene.
No, he has.
He's big, he's huge.
You know what it is? He hasn't cracked.
He hasn't done that many shows.
Coming
but
from a DJ, right? When I'm
Yeah.
at events, I don't get many people asking me for Mickey tracks. Like I get.
I think
people asking
Mickey
me for
has
loads
the
of-
fangirls. Like, it's a different. So I think his songs are not like Guru's got the hit songs,
Yeah.
like wedding songs, like dance. But I think Mickey's got a lot of like more kind of like the
listening.
the young.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I've done a track with Mickey, and
He's gonna get
There you go.
defensive here.
Sorry, bro.
Let me stop you right there.
don't call there's nothing about my Mickey, all right?
that's a banger.
On a serious note, seriously, like the guy can perform and he can sing, and he's literally he is very, and in America
Yeah.
he's massive.
He's like Chris Brown.
He's huge in America.
Constantly
He's got the-
flying here, there, everywhere. The guy is non-stop touring. So
Yeah.
you know, big up, man. The guy, he's doing
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Can we
He's
just
doing
talk
You're right.
about-
He's bigger in America than he is.
Yeah,
here.
he's definitely.
Can we
He's
just
got
talk
more-
about that show, yeah? And I know I'm biased because he's our boy, but Juggy killed it.
Actually, you know what? After the show, every single mate of mine said Juggy smashed it. Like Juggy got the
was
most.
He's a natural performer.
All the like Instagram stories, like it was all like Juggy,
Yeah.
Juggy, like it was mad.
But the geezers.
I think for me it was definitely Juggy and Guru, man.
Thanks a lot, bruv. I was there too.
We just did the production.
I was gonna.
I'm joking. Yeah,
No, but obviously I can't lick your ass right now. You lick it afterwards. No, later, innit?
No, honestly, because I watched everything on the side. Like, I think what was nice was all the artists were watching each other on because normally at shows everyone's got the ego like sunglasses on, don't cross paths, like just do your own thing. Everyone was like watching, cheering. Like I remember like Jazz watching Mickey watching Green. Like it was all this kind of like a very like family kind of vibe. I think that was nice. But I think you're right, Juggy, I don't get it, man. Like the guy is just
his
energy is just
his intro. Like talk about reggaeton beats. All I remember is he had that reggaeton beat with like horns going off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was like an intro track. And I was like, whoa, this beat, it just sounded so tough in there. Yeah. I was listening to it, I was like, bang. And then this Juggy comes on, I was like, wow. He really just, you know what, he took the show from here to there.
You know what, so Juggy's a tight mate of mine, so I can say this without being mean. He actually hasn't released much music since like the first era of Juggy D. Like he's released maybe like a few
He's been
songs.
riding that album
But
for a long time.
The fact is,
he's Craig David.
The guy is the best performer. He doesn't, he's like, Sook Beer is the same.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Sook Beer has released like, a song with me recently. Check it out on YouTube.
Plug that shit.
Just about to say that, man.
But that guy has done probably like 4,000 weddings easily. And he's the best. And Juggy's the same. You don't need to have like big songs every year. If you're liked, he's very likable.
That makes a massive difference.
Yeah, every single
People buy into
promoter,
him.
every single DJ loves Juggy. Like not a single bad word about him or H. Same. H is the same. Like everywhere I go around the world, they're like Juggy's like
Tell me
the
something,
nicest guy.
You know you've been around the whole world, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the best place that you've performed in?
For me,
Yeah.
mate, I feel like what as in like biggest crowd or just best energy?
As in the energy, yeah. Where you've got like walked out and be like, that was amazing.
Early in my career, Toronto was always like insane. Toronto was like because they hadn't got much of their own scene, so I'll go there. It was just I felt like Bieber or something. I felt like it was just mad energy.
To me, your manager's saying Leicester. Why is that?
Leicester for the mate. Leicester for the Gujaratis.
But you know,
right, okay,
you know some of the international shows you've done, like obviously you must have done some where it's like UK crowd, like so it's a UK couple getting married abroad.
Yeah.
How have those
Loads.
parties been? Because
Sick.
we've done a lot together, and we've done LA. They obviously a crowd from LA.
Yeah.
That party was a certain vibe, but when we done like for example Turkey, where we had a UK crowd in Turkey, like
the best thing
they party
is
12 hours.
UK weddings, we have our music, which we like, the kind of the UK music, but in a sick location. So it's like you're on the
I think
beach.
people are buzzing, innit? That's the thing. They're like,
It's experience.
there.
I've done weddings in like, obviously, you've not done every country, but like Cebu, Thailand, like all over the world, like Hawaii, and it's like just like the settings are just insane. So being an artist, you could party for like 3 days with them for jokes, just go to Sangeet, just have fun, and then you get to pay to perform for like
we've
10
seen
minutes.
Rider as well.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Crystal every day.
4 days
I want to bathe in Evian. I was like, raw, bro.
India is just not for me, yeah? Like, I've tried it, yeah? I went out to India. I was supposed to be there for a week, yeah? After 24 hours, I was on a flight back home.
Mad.
But a lot happened in that 24 hours. I got attacked by the police out there. My CDJs at a gig got taken away by the police out there. It was just a scary
So you
experience.
got the full experience.
I got the full experience. I'm on stage and I feel something on my leg and I thought I got bit by something. I look down and there's a copper with a stick in his hand and he's like, get him off, get him off.
He's biting. He's choking his leg.
He tastes like blue M&Ms.